We're going to start promptly at 4:02. I'm going to start promptly at 4:02. Promptly at 4:02, people. Promptly at 4:02. Promptly at 4:02, people. I will start promptly at 4:02. Promptly at 4:02, I will start at 4:02. 1 minute. 1 minute, people. Just let everybody get on before I start. All right. It's 4:02. Welcome, everybody. This is the Philly Wheels Spill. First of all, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am on Facebook Live. I will be doing it from Facebook Live from now on, and then taking it and editing it and dropping it on YouTube, so I get the best of both worlds. I have a lot of viewers on Facebook as well as my viewers on YouTube, and then I'll do my shorts to everybody. So the topics are as follows. They should be in the caption. We are going to talk about Javonte Tank Davis and Roach outcome. We're going to talk about the Pistons and the Lakers. We're going to talk about Deebo Samuels getting traded to the Commanders, Darius being released from the Eagles. And then at the end, we're going to talk about, real briefly, in short, these planes having turbulence issues over the weekend, another plane issue. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just Trump and Zelensky from Ukraine. Just something to watch out. So, the biggest thing over the weekend, Javonte Tank Davis and Roach. So, hold on, wait. 1 second. Oh, we're having issues. It is what it is. All right, so I'll just talk louder. Javonte Tank Davis versus Roach. Okay. First of all, I want to say it was a good fight. It was a fight that was good for the sport of boxing. It was a good fight. Definitely a good fight. I cannot deny that both of them young bulls put on a show that I have not seen in boxing in a long time, where you have two people that are very technical sound, two people that have power. Being Tank has the most power, but Roach showed that he had power. Two people that were familiar with each other, and it was the second highest event in the Barclays Center. It was over the Rolly Romero fight with Javonte Tank Davis. It was a great fight. Now, let's go into the fight. What I'm going to say out the gate before I give my spiel, no matter what you like, some people view it like this, some people view it like that. When I give my spiel, I'm going to tell you why with a lot of things. I am talking to the non-casual boxing fans. I am talking to the people that follow the sport when I give my spiel, because everybody else, you're just basically saying how you feel. I'm going to go in why I'm giving what I think of the fight. Okay, Philly Will, what do you think of the fight? I think the fight was a draw. I think it was a draw. It definitely was a draw. Okay. Some people are going to, I'm going to debate against myself on here because I know what some people are saying. I've seen all the TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything. And everybody who's in here, feel free to comment on how you feel about the fight. But the reason why I'm about to go in and say it was a draw, let's get into it. The first thing that any non-casual boxing fan must know in the world of boxing, you have to dominate and clearly beat the champion in order to get that decision to win. Let me say that again. You have to dominate and clearly beat the champion to get that win against the champion, let alone a Gervonta Davis, or if it was a Floyd Mayweather, or if all these big fighters when they had these impeccable records. You have to clearly beat them. What do you mean by clearly beat them? Do anybody remember when Antonio Tarver fought Roy Jones Jr.? When Antonio Tarver fought Roy Jones Jr. in the height of Roy Jones Jr. career, he clearly beat the crap out of Roy Jones Jr. He knocked Roy Jones down a couple of times, and he just was dominating him. He was dominating. It was literally the same thing. Roy was the guy who moved up in weight classes, was a champion in multiple weight classes. Tarver was a nobody. It was just supposed to be a setup fight for the next fight, and Roy Jones was supposed to walk through him. And guess what happened? Antonio Tarver said, not today, not tonight, and was knocking him down and beat him. Roach didn't do that. Roach stood toe-to-toe with Gervonta. They exchanged punches, but Roach didn't beat Gervonta clear cut. Now, I'm not being biased. Gervonta didn't beat Roach clear cut. He didn't beat him clear cut. They both exchanged punches. They both countered each other. They both hit each other. They both did. No one person completely did it for the length of the whole fight. They didn't. They didn't. Let's go into the punching stats. Let's go into the punching stats. The punching stats is as follows. This is from CompuBox statistics. Okay. I'm just going to do total punches. I'm not going to do jabs. I'm going to do the totals. I'm not going to go round by round. So, total punches landed as far as total punches in totality. Davis landed 103 out of 279 for with their 36.9%. Once again, Gervonta Davis landed 103 of 279 punches that he thrown, which was 36.9%. Roach landed 112 of 400 punches. 112 of 400 punches for 28%. That means when it comes to the total punches, Gervonta was more accurate. You don't win fights by just throwing punches. You don't. You don't. You win fights by throwing punches and being accurate as you throw the punches. So for the casual fans or the people that don't know boxing, you think Lamont just won because he threw more. No, he didn't throw more. He threw more punches, but he didn't land them. You got to land them. You can have all the bullets you want in the world with a gun, but if you never hit your target or you barely hit your target, you just shooting a gun. Okay, let's go to jabs. Jabs. Now that was total punches. Now we're gonna go to jabs and power punches. Total jabs. Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis landed 10 of 69 for 14.5%. Roach landed 25 of 148 for 16.9%. So Roach edged Gervonta 2% on that. Power punches. This is the thing where casual fans see it. All the people that don't follow sport of boxing, this is what you see when you watch boxing. The power punches. Y'all can care less about them jabs. Y'all want to see somebody get stunned or hurt. So let's go into the power punches. Gervonta Tank Davis landed 93 of 210 power punches for 44.3%. Lamont Roach landed 87 of 252 power punches thrown for 34.5%. So, when it comes to who was the more efficient boxer, the more accurate boxer in the ring, just how y'all seen Floyd was the same way. And I don't discredit him. He was one of the greatest boxers of all time, if not the greatest boxer of all time. He was the same way. He never was the person that threw a ton of punches, but he was the person that touched you and got the actual points for touching you and being the most accurate puncher. So, Gervonta led in that. Going back to my draw. Gervonta led in that. So, let me put that up in my queue. I just gave y'all the boxing stats. I just gave y'all an example of you have to clearly beat the champion or you're not going to get the decision. With the Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones thing. Remember Canelo and Triple G? Triple G, a lot of people said Triple G won the first fight with Canelo and Triple G. And then what happened the next time? Canelo clearly beat the crap out of him. But because Triple G didn't dominate Canelo, it was a tie on the first fight. You have to beat the champion clearly. All right, let's go into y'all next thing. I'm going back to my notes. Let's go into y'all next thing. The knee. Yes, I'm going to agree with y'all. If the rules state that if you take a knee, that should be a 8 count. He should start counting as a standard 8 count or whatever. And it should be a 10-8 round. I agree to that. There's also some things, if you guys go read, if a boxer doesn't get hit and takes a knee for other circumstances, go look at Gervonta Davis' Twitter. Go look at this stuff. Go look it up for yourself. If a boxer takes a knee and he's not clearly hit, which is why he took the knee, then they will rule it a slip and not call it a knockdown. I don't make the rules. I'm just reading the rules. So don't try to crucify me. I don't make the rules. I don't care what Gervonta talking about. Hair, grease. Man, you've been having the same braids every fight, every time. If the rules state that a boxer takes a knee, no matter what, that you call the 8 count, then that should be the rules. But it's also something in here that says if a boxer takes a knee and he's not clearly hit and took that knee, then they will count it as a slip. Now, let me give you examples on this. I'm not a person that covers sports and just be talking out the side of my mouth. Go look at Terrence Crawford.
You know, this chess game with you, it takes a moment to kind of wrap your brain around that
now.
And make.
Hit him in his face, then hit him in the side as Crawford's trying to climb. And hit him in the side again.
Comes forward and
went to that
Crawford was
outside
hurt.
where he was hitting from.
And the ruling down a
slip. That was a clear knockdown. That ain't what you saying with Gervonta Tank Davis. He jabbed him in the eye. Gervonta took a couple steps back, and you can see he did something with his face, and then he took a knee. He didn't hit him to the ground. He didn't hit him to the ground. When you say a knockdown, he didn't knock him down to the ground. He didn't. Flat out. He didn't. So, if it is the rule that you take a knee, then they should have counted it. All right, let's go to my second point with that. If the referee says in any round, whether it's a knockdown or not, if it's a knockdown, it's a knockdown. If the referee says it's not a knockdown, the judges still can score the fight however they want to score the fight. How many times, real boxing connoisseurs, how many times have you seen a fight clearly go the way you see it and the judges score it a whole nother way? I'm gonna take a quick break on that and say it again. How many times, for the real boxing fans of the world, have you seen a fight go exactly the way you seen it for a boxer, but the judges score it a whole different way? So even if the referee said he ain't counted as a knockdown, the judges still can score how they want to score it. The judges still can score it how they want to score it. So I'm not disagreeing with y'all. If he took a knee, then it should be counted. But I'm also telling y'all, the refs don't control the judges. The judges can score however they want to score it. It's been done in the history of boxing, God knows how many times. How many times you seen a boxer rob? The judges can score it however they want to score it. They didn't score it like that. So, hey, we can get into it and go back and forth all day long. But be that as it may, what I'm saying is not a lie. No matter what the referee said, the judges can score it however they want to score it. They scored it like that. I'm also saying I'm calling it a draw. Gervonta didn't clearly beat Roach. Roach didn't clearly beat Gervonta. The only thing that we're talking about is this knee. Okay, if it was a draw with Javonte taking a knee, what would have happened if he didn't take a knee? What would have happened if Javonte did take that knee? Hold on, let me break on that. Let me say it again. If it was a draw with Javonte taking a knee, what would have happened if Javonte didn't take that knee? Because I don't think it would have been a more majority draw. What I'm saying out my mouth on this topic was I agree with the draw. What I also said was nobody clearly beat anybody. What I also stated was the history of boxing. You have to clearly beat the champion. He didn't. What I also stated is if he took a knee and that's the rules, they should have called it. What I also stated is no matter what and how the fight is going, the judges can score it however they want to score it. They scored it a majority draw. Shit. Javonte took a knee, right? The first fucking judge scored it for Javonte. So let me go back and say it again. If Javonte didn't take that knee, what would you think the outcome would have been of that fight? They would have scored that fucking fight for Javonte. Point blank, period. Terrence Crawford, you got knocked down, bro. Close your mouth. I guess they didn't know the rules that night either. It was a great fight. It should be. How do I feel about the future with Javonte? Javonte has to go back and fight Lamont Roach, flat out. He got to. Javonte has to go back and fight Lamont Roach, flat out. Javonte cannot leave and not fight. I mean, he cannot go fight another fight and not fight Lamont Roach or Shakur or Haney or Lomachenko. He can't do it. He can't do it. If he don't fight Roach, he must fight them three. Or Keyshawn. He cannot go and not fight Roach and then go fight somebody at the BP gas station like Floyd Mayweather used to pick him. No, bro. Not off of this fight. Off this fight, Javonte got to either go out. He has to go back, number one, and fight Lamont Roach. But if he don't go back and fight Lamont Roach, he need to go fight Shakur, Haney, Lomachenko, or Keyshawn Davis. Flat out. Because it don't look good right now for Javonte. Now, I will tell you this. Who won the night? I'll tell y'all this. As I call it a draw. Who won the night? Roach won the night. Man, they had that thing negative 1,600 to plus 900 scoring it for DraftKings. FanDuel didn't even allow you to bet. I wonder why. Everybody always say FanDuel always knows something. I wonder why you couldn't bet on FanDuel at all. At all. They must have knew something. Unless they didn't have the rights to do it. But DraftKings had it 1,600 to 900. Roach came and said, nah, y'all had this score wrong. He won tonight. Roach stock is out the roof. That man put on an impeccable fight against Javonte. I knew they fought in the amateurs. I didn't know they fought a couple times sparring for Javonte going into fights. So therefore, they didn't fought about 4 times. So they very familiar with each other fighting. That's what I didn't know when I went to the fight. But I also said that I only seen a knockdown for Javonte between rounds 7 and 10, which he didn't do that. I didn't see him knocking out Roach. If you go back in my videos, you'll hear me say that. I don't see him knocking him out. I seen it going where it was going to go to the distance. It'd be a split decision for Javonte, or Javonte get a knockdown in the 7th. Then when Roach get up, he get on top of his head, and then the referee call it. Didn't happen like that. Roach stole the night. Roach stole the night. Javonte Davis has to fight him. And it's a big card coming on May 2nd, May 1st, so we can't get it. Definitely can't get it in the month of March. You definitely can't get it in the month of April. It's going to have to be the end of May when they fight. But he got to fight him. He got to fight him immediately. And he fight him and he beat him. Right after that, you need to go fight one of them other threes because he threatened to retire. Boxing is a rigged sport to me. Like I say, you always see a boxer fight so good, but the judges call it another way. I don't think the boxing world liked the fact that Javonte threatened to retire, and he's the cash cow right now outside of Canelo. So I also think how they think with certain things, politics get involved, that they call that fucking draw just so they can put some fuel up under Javonte Davis' fire, because he been saying that he don't really want to do boxing no more. And guess what Javonte Davis said at his post conference when they asked him, how does that draw stick with you? He said, it just put fuel under my fire. So, hey, it was a good fight. I don't disagree. I also don't disagree with the outcome. I already stated everything on why. Next topic. The Detroit Pistons in the 6th spot. We had an 8-game winning streak before I think Milwaukee broke it. Hey, man, congratulations to the Pistons, man. I think it was the last year where they had a horrible record, and this year they're balling. Cade Cunningham and them boys are doing good. Congratulations to the Pistons, man. I know when the Lions was winning, the whole city was raving, the whole city was going crazy. But hey, man, I need to see more posts coming down my social media about the Pistons, man. The Pistons look good. The Pistons look damn good. You know, I know they're not in the third, second, and first spot, but they're only like 3 games away from being in the 4th spot. They're only like 3 games away from being in they 3 wins away from being in the 4th spot. So shout out to the Detroit Pistons and that organization. They're looking real good. I'm looking forward to watching every one of their games in the playoffs. I don't care about the 3-and-D. What's the 3-and-D, Will? I call the NBA the 3-and-D. It stands for 3-pointers and no defense. I don't care about the 3-and-D. I'm watching it because I'm a sports analyst. I have to follow it. But the Pistons are looking good, and I'm looking forward to watching every last one of their playoff games when they go to the playoffs. The Pistons are looking damn good. Shout out to the Pistons, man. Everybody need to give the Pistons more praise, and even including me, down your timeline like y'all did the Detroit Lions. The Pistons look real, real good. I'm not saying they're going to come out the East. I'm not saying that. I still got the Celtics coming out the East, or maybe the Cavs. But the Pistons from last year to this year need to definitely get more praise given from their city, flat out. Good job, Pistons. Second on this topic is the Lakers. My team, my basketball team, the Lakers. The Lakers look good. All y'all that was saying, go back into my Philly Will spiel about a week ago when y'all was saying, well, they don't got no bigs. I went and looked at their roster. They got about 2 7-footers and 1 6'10". I went back and looked at everybody's roster. It's about even. Now, I get what you're saying. Jokic, Anthony Davis, and Giannis Antetokounmpo are big men. First of all, we don't got to worry about Giannis because he's in the East. Anthony Davis and Jokic, they have to worry about. And Denver is not even that good no more because there is no kick-out three-point shooters like it was when they were winning them championships. A lot of them people have left, so they look subpar. What I want to tell you that I do like the Lakers now, the new look Lakers, because they faster. They faster on defense. They faster on offense. It looks way better than the Lakers of the Anthony Davis and LeBron James days, where they go down there and play this half-court set and give it to Anthony Davis and run pick and rolls through him and just watch him all day. And then a lot of times he never came up big in the 4th quarter. Anthony Davis don't come big in the 4th quarter, and he is Mr. Glass Man. Now, Luka get hurt too, but at least I can say when Luka not hurt, Luka giving you 30. He giving you 30 almost every night. Almost every night. Anthony Davis don't give you 30 almost every night. He don't. He don't. Anthony Davis don't read the floor like Luka do. He don't. Luka don't got defense like Anthony Davis, but the Lakers look way better with Luka and LeBron than they do with Anthony Davis. And LeBron doesn't have to do as much. So, shout out to the Lakers for taking that 2 seed, beating the Clippers last night. NBA going to look very interesting. Golden State Warriors, y'all need to get it up. Y'all too far down the bracket. Y'all in the play-in. Y'all got to get it up. The Phoenix Suns is the softest team in the 3-and-D. The Phoenix Suns is the softest team in the 3-and-D. That's one of the most disgraceful big three they ever put together in my life outside of the Brooklyn Nets. So, NBA still is looking good. The Heat is turning up. A lot of teams is playing. Watch out for the Indiana Pacers in the East. They picking it up now. A lot of teams is coming to play. It's sad to say, but really the NBA needs to just cut their season in half and just let the back half of the season be viewed more than the front half of the season, because everybody watching the ride, it's looking relatively good. All right, back to the NFL. We're going to talk about Deebo Samuels and Darius Slay. So, Deebo Samuels is traded to the Commanders. 1 second. Ugh. All right. Deebo Samuels is traded to the Commanders. How do I feel about Deebo Samuels being traded to the Commanders as they are in the division where my team plays, the Philadelphia Eagles? That's a good thing for the Washington Commanders. It is a good thing for Jaden Daniels and the Commanders to have another piece on their team. Deebo, at one point, 2021, had 1,400 yards. He was an all-pro. He was a good player. But here's what I'm going to tell y'all about Deebo. What did Deebo do last season, people? What did Deebo Samuels do last season? Let's see. Let's run down Deebo for since 2021. 2021, Deebo had 77 receptions, 1,400 yards. 83 yards was his longest catch, and he had 6 touchdowns. In 2021, when he was an All-Pro, that's Deebo Samuels. 2022, he had 56 catches. It went down by 20. 632 yards. 57 was his longest catch, and 2 touchdowns in 2022. Probably got injured. 2023, Deebo had 60 catches, 892 yards. 54 was his longest catch, 7 touchdowns. Relatively decent, but didn't crack 1,000, just under. Last year, Deebo Samuels had 51 receptions, 670 yards, and 3 touchdowns. This was his second worst season since he's been playing since 2019. So, I'm sorry, this is his third worst season. His worst season was 2020. He didn't do too much of nothing. I would hope that he was hurt with 33 catches, 391 yards, and 1 touchdown. I would hope that he was hurt that season. So, Deebo Samuels, let me just explain to you people that only watch your team and not all the teams. Deebo Samuels is not a get open on his own, one-on-one, outside the lines by himself. He don't get open. Deebo Samuels is a bubble screen receiver. Deebo Samuels is a quick slant receiver. Deebo Samuels is a sweep in the backfield receiver. Deebo Samuels is a running back when the running back need a couple snaps off receiver. He's not Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Shit, I like the Ricky Park, the other dude that got shot in the chest for the 49ers. More than I like the Deebo. So he's a good addition for the Commanders. Over there with Scary Terry, Zach Ertz, Dime Brown, Robinson in the backfield, Jaden. He is a good piece to be added to the team. They need another tight end, I think, also. But he don't scare me. He don't. All he going to do is be an irritant to my defense and try to get up under their skin. But other than that, congratulations to the Washington Commanders. That is a good thing. That also leads me to believe that what Howie Roseman, I think, is going to pull off is actually going to be pulled off, and it's going to stop y'all in y'all tracks for talking about anything other than what we got going on. It's a lot of talks. All right, next thing, Darius Big Play Slay. So Darius Big Play Slay has been with us since the COVID year, 2020. Darius Big Play Slay has been nothing more than a professional. Darius Big Play Slay has been nothing more than a shutdown corner at times. Darius Big Play Slay has did his job, and I will always remember him as an Eagle no matter what. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's been an All-Pro. Slay is that guy, and he has been released from the Eagles, and I already knew that. I already talked about that. This will be Slay's last year. I didn't want to lose him, but this will be his last year, and we don't want to pay him. It'd be $4.3 million saved against our cap. So, hey, it is what it is. We did good with him. Now, for the people that watch football and you only watch your team or you only watch the team that's on prime time, Darius Slay has been nicked and injured a lot of games. And when he was nicked and injured, Isaiah Rodgers came in and covered him. We have Isaiah Rodgers, Avonte Maddox. Then we have our 2 young bulls that we drafted, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Cooper can cover on the outside. Quinyon's already on the outside. Isaiah Rodgers was covering on the outside. We can pay Isaiah a nice little salary. He can take the outside. Cooper can still stay in the inside. Avonte Maddox get a couple million, keep him in the inside. And with Quinyon, and we still good in the secondary. Still can cover with no problem. So I want to say thank you to Darius Slay. I appreciate your services. I appreciate you as a player. You will always be remembered as an Eagle to me. You did a hell of a job coaching up Quinyon Mitchell at times and Cooper DeJean. I wish that we could have kept you for one more year and you just retired from us, but we got to move on. Certain things is how to go into the way they're supposed to go. So that's it with that aspect. But I'm letting you guys know, The best player on the Eagles is Howie Roseman. This year, I'm going to buy me a jersey and custom and put Roseman on the back. Our general manager is the best general manager in the league, and that is voted by all the rest of the general managers in the league. So he's going to make something happen, and all I can do is give y'all a hint. He loved the trenches. He loved to make his big splash moves with the trenches. He's known to do it for the trenches. So let's sit back and see. Milton Williams is going to go to another team. Sweat is going to go to another team. We can get rid of Huff and save money. And all it's going to do is give us more money. The salary cap has risen this year. So we're going to have they say around almost 40 to 70 million or something like that, around that, at least minimum 40 million. We can make some moves. You got to sign Zach Bond. Zach Bond is a must. He's the first thing in the offseason. Sign him. But that is my spiel on that topic. Now, other things that's not sports related that I want people to understand is planes. I don't know if y'all been following these planes from the Washington D.C. event, the Philadelphia event, and now as of lately, 5 passengers are injured in a severe turbulence on a United flight forcing emergency landing in Texas. I don't know what's going on with these planes. For everybody that I love, unless it's something that you really got to do, I advise y'all, don't fly for a while. Something going on. I don't know what's going on with these planes, but everybody that I love, and even if I don't know you, somebody loves you. Don't go. Stay off these planes for a while. These planes is dangerous. And it's not one airline. It's almost all of them, except for Spirit. I ain't heard no Spirit, but planes are scary right now. So protect yourself. The last thing, Ukraine and U.S., Trump and Zelensky blow up in the Oval Office. That is something to watch for everybody in America, because Trump is pro-Putin. It just is what it is, but it's not good for the USA if Russia gets more territory in Ukraine, or this war keeps up and they take over Ukraine and they get big. It's going to be scary for us. And certain people get in positions to be presidents and they put their head in the ground, and 4 years later, we stuck in some mess because somebody didn't want to address what needs to be addressed. What needs to be addressed is Russia and Ukraine need to stop that war. First of all, it ain't accomplished nothing. Somebody take a little bit of territory, somebody take it back. Ukraine has been decimated in a whole bunch of spots in their country from bombings, and Ukraine has bombed Russia back. Not to the magnitude that Russia did Ukraine, but still. That war needs to be ended, people. It's not good for the U.S. if Russia takes over Ukraine. It's not. So I know Trump is pro-Putin, and I know President Biden didn't do too much of nothing, but what President Biden did do was he stuck by Ukraine because he understands if Russia take Ukraine over, it's going to be bad for the U.S. And I know a lot of people in our world that don't care about nothing but besides what's going on in your life right now, but you don't want to be scared holding your family 10, 15 years from now because Russia done took Ukraine and now they're trying to threaten us with a war because they have become that much more bigger and that much more massive. They already got the most nuclear bombs. And it only take one, but still, that is something that I want everybody to look at. I know I talk about sports, but I want to give a little light to that. Russia and Ukraine needs to end this war, and everybody need to back off and do their situation a little bit better and mind their business in their country. That's all I got to say. And that's all I got today on Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Want to say shout out again to my co-host, Binky, for her birthday. Sounds and look like she had a good time. Want to say shouts out to my cousin Brittany Riggs for her birthday. Sounds like she had a good time. It was very epic throughout the weekend for both of them. Congratulations to y'all, and congratulations to everybody else that had a birthday over the weekend or anything that was good, from childbirth to promotions to whatever it is. I want to say congratulations to everybody, and I hope your Monday is starting off just as good as your weekend. And with that being said, I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And I'm out.